Oh, hey, what's going on? My silent but deadly ninjas. It is your girl, Pretty Sexy Jada Brand, aka Sonic Sexton. And of course, your girl is coming to you live and in action today with a review slash recap of She Hustle Shy, which is streaming on the Tronics Network, which you can download on your smart or your Roku TV. But today, we're going to get into episode 1 of She Hustle Shy, which is titled Episode 1. Who is she? Baby, y'all know I love me a good TV show. I love to see the girls working, and this baby it's about bosses and entrepreneurs. Let's see what the girls is finna give and we finna get into today. Period. I'll also remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you tag Tronic so they'll know that your girl is over here working real hard. Per. So yes, y'all. As we jump on into this thing of She Hustle, baby, we get into the opening of the episode and we meet our girl, which is Dage. Comes to find out, Dage beat over 700 artists in a competition, won the competition, and got signed, baby. And it's a boss, an entrepreneur, um, a social media content creator, and producer sometimes. Our girl Dage is a very much so a boss and a hustler. And she says she is moving back to the city because she wants people to see the women of Chicago and how they're hustling and coming up. And baby, already the girl is giving looks, she giving fashion, and y'all know I love a girl with a good outfit, good hair. I like it when it's all together. And our girl Dage is not disappointed whatsoever. And then, baby, as we go from the introduction of her, we then meet our girl, our pretty hair boss, baby. And let's just say we definitely can see why she is the pretty hair boss. So she is taking us to her second location. Heard me. Hear me when I say that. Her second location, baby. And let's just say it is decked out on the inside. And we're just finding out a little bit more information about Pretty Hair Boss. But so far, for the first two ladies of She Hustle, I'm loving the introductions. I'm loving how we're getting to like meet you all and see everything. And I can't wait to get more into it. So as we are finna continue into the episode. Okay, and so our girl, Miss Pretty Hair Boss, says she wants to inspire all her pretty hair bosses all over the world and get stash money. Okay, I feel sad. But then after we leave from her, we then meet our girl, Monet Sky. And baby, gag. Monet said, baby, what person you know, what girl you know, what entrepreneur you know, baby, go get the money, go flip the money, and baby owns a whole mall. Baby, this real boss, this real tea, this real get your life and get it together. Because guess what, baby? She got it. And it's just giving boss. Like she got a whole strip mall, y'all. Gag, okay? And I'm loving the blonde and the fur. But I know Chicago is known for the girls to come out with the jackets and the fur. But y'all, as we meet, after we meet Miss Monet Sky, we then meet Miss Ranisha. And baby, let's just say Miss Ranisha comes in with this energy like I already, I'm on it. What's up? Okay, so y'all, we meet Miss Ranisha, and let's just say Miss Marisha is coming in with the energy and the vibe, baby. And like I said, she already coming in on 10, which is good because I like the energy coming in. It's coming in strong. Her presence is really felt through the screen. And baby, Miss Raisha says she comes from humble beginnings, and baby, she's from the south side of Chicago, preferably the low end. 23rd, and I think she wants to say I want think she said 59. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Let me know. Baby, I like that. She coming in very much so raw and we getting this energy. And y'all, this is just like the beginning introduction of this episode into our cast. And baby, now I think we finna really get into the tea and really get into the scene behind the scenes and works because as we move from that scene with Miss Ranisha to baby our now, next thing, and baby, we're back with our girl, Miss Stage, and baby, she is giving us a little rundown in tea. So yes, y'all. So we see our girl, Day Jones, and baby, let's just say Day is really giving us the rundown, like about how she was one day she dreamed of being an artist being signed and how she accomplished those things and how she got signed to a record label and baby just to be clear she's from Cabrini Green And baby, she said, Cabrini Green helped develop Day Jones, which is her, I guess, alter ego of from who she really is. And it's just nice to see we get to see her backstory and how she has changed and came along the way in her journey. Um, since winning that competition, since being signed to the label, and just now her life as a woman and entrepreneur. And then y'all, we meet our girl Glizzy Glow. And Glizzy Glow is a rapper, and baby, she says she's the biggest, and she says she's just not saying it. She really feels like it. And her music, from what I have looked up and listened to, bangers. Love Flock. Flock is probably my song because I found it on TikTok, and then I went and listened to it, and I was like, oh, yeah. But Glizzy is an artist, baby, an entrepreneur, and let's just say she's really out here getting in these streets. She's meeting with the best of the best. She in the studio, she really grinding, and baby, our girl is putting it up for Chicago, well, for Chicago. So yes, y'all. After we have met Glizzy, we get into our next scene, baby, and it is our girl, Miss Dage. And guess what, y'all? Come to find out, Dage Miss Day Jones knows. Four, if you don't know who Four is from Black Ink Chicago, tattoo artist, rap artist. He does music as well. I did not know they were friends, so this is a very pleasant surprise that they actually know each other from around the way in Chicago. And it's just nice to see this home to home vibe. Shout out to Tronics, shout out to the connections, everybody working, it's a vibe. But they sit down and Dage, they told before she ordered him a red snapper, and she see he back in the city and thought he had wrote the city off. He was like, "No, home is always gonna be home. Home is where the heart is." He's like, "Never that." And so she goes into talking about, building the relationships, kind of letting people know that Chicago is the place, it's the city, it's on the map. And for say, people already know Chicago that. He's like, people always trying to steal and bite from us all the time. So he's like, do you know these girls? Do you have a feel for these girls? And Miss Day Jones shares that, you know, maybe she should set something up and get all the ladies together and they cheat and they chat and they mingle and they just see where things go from there. But Ford is very encouraging of Miss Day Jones' idea of bringing all the ladies together and collaborating and networking in their city. And I think that is very beautiful, to have the support um of of someone that you already know, and then collectively build and gain the support of others. It's just a magical feeling. And we find out, for engaged kind of, at one point we're like trying to talk, but they kind of decided it better works off as friends for them. But they like each other's energy and everything that they're working on, and how Miss Day Jones is building. He's in supportive. So I'm here for it, baby. Come on, she hustle, shy. Come on. So yes, y'all. As we get into our next scene, baby, it is the meet and greet, and let's just say Miss Ross is not pleased, baby, because the girls is late coming to the function, and she is very vocal about expressing about the girls being late and not being on time, and she just like, she a boss. Why everybody ain't on time? But she gotta understand. And from my point of view, looking at it, you know. Everybody doesn't look like they're on time because guess what? Everybody's trying to be a star. So of course, if you arrive early, it is going to agitate you because guess what? There was a time given. It's about punctuality. But when you're on a show and and everybody think they Beyonce, that's what happens. But we do see the ladies start to come in. Miss Dage is actually very pleased. She said because to find a well-established um black business in the upper, nicer side of town of Chicago. You know, she's very pleased and is very cute and demure. And she said her girls were on time and they brought their wines and that they were representing her. And then, we see our girl Glizzy, and Glizzy said she was on time now. Glizzy said she brought her team and she said she's just excited and ready to work and just see how these things are gonna go. Then our girl Mona comes in and Mona lets us know, baby. She owns her commercial properties. She is a boss. She is a serious entrepreneur. And when she come in. Bam boom. It's giving the girls is ready to shake it up. And I'm loving the fact that also as you watch She Hustle, they give you like statistics, numbers, so you can actually look up this actual research about like female entrepreneurship, how many female entrepreneurs actually own businesses, has broken off and doved off into the numbers. And I'm really, really liking it. So, all the ladies sit down at the table, and as our girl Day Jones says, it's giving very cute, it's giving very demure. The ladies start talking about, being business owners, running a business, owning a business, what it does to go behind it, and what it takes to build it, and just the sacrifices that have to be made. Sometimes how you have to play all positions and roles if you do not have a team, and then as you build your business and as you build your team piece by piece. And I'm really, really, really loving this. And then they have a chef, baby. The ladies are making drinks. It's just giving a vibe, okay? It's giving good energy, good times, good feels. And we go around, like I said, the table, and we're just hearing from all the ladies that are there, also sharing about them being in the business and being bosses and what they do and how they're building along in their businesses. And I think this is very nice, very neat, and a chance for us to just really see like the beautiful ladies of Chicago and just how they're all ready to become entrepreneurs, how they're all ready to work and get in business. And I really love what Glizzy said about sometimes, multitasking isn't always about like keeping up, but like if you can physically see what you need to be do, what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, you can do it and get it accomplished. And I really, really love that. And baby, it's just the vibe, the energy, the ladies, it's just giving the teas. They having their drinks. They doing their thing. I'm loving it. Yes, yes, yes. But after the ladies' night out, we go over into our next day, and maybe it is our girl Day Jones, and you know we get to see that she owns a creative space, and also while they were at that table, we find out that she got dropped from her label during the pandemic, and it just motivated her to come back home and help other artists and just build within her city and connect and be like build entrepreneurship. And she says, when it comes down to management, she's a real manager. She's not one of these little play managers. So we do get to see her inside of her office and in her creative space and just seeing her at work. And we find out some of the artists that she's worked with. And we get on a personal note because we come to find out that she worked with her child's father. And, RIP to Stack 100 or 100 Stacks. Uh, And, you know, moment of silence from his stage and her loss. And they are going to keep his name alive. But, this was a very nice introduction to meeting all the ladies, getting to know the ladies. You guys really want to dive into the show, please sign up at the Tronics Network and put it on your Roku TV, on your smart TV. Download today. They have multiple plans you can download from. Show my ladies some love from She Hustle. Show the Girls Club some love hip hop, some love. Hangover 69 with Ray J featuring Suki, Anna, baby, get over here to the Tronics Network. But yes, 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 y'all, it's me, your girl, pretty sexy, y'all, brand, aka Sonic Assassin. And until next time, my silent but deadly ninjas, we out.